I'm Bijal Kansara, Assistant Professor from Electrical Engineering Department of Mahatma Gandhi Institute of Technical Education and Research Center, Navsari. In this video, we will discuss the voltage regulator. Introduction to the voltage regulator. A voltage regulator is designed to automatically maintain a constant voltage level. The voltage regulator is a circuit which will try to maintain the output voltage constant under all the operating circumstances. The output voltage changes if there is a change in an input voltage or change in a load current, or if the ambient temperature is a change. Voltage regulator is also depend on the temperature. It is applicable to the voltage regulator circuit as well. Depending on the design, it may be used to regulate one or more AC or DC voltages. Depending on the design, it may be used to regulate one or more AC or DC voltages. The voltage regulator is a last block in a DC regulated power supply. The voltage regulator is a circuit which will try to maintain the output voltage constant under all the operating circumstances. The output voltage changes if there is a change in an input voltage or change in a load current, or if the ambient temperature is changed. Regulation means it is applicable to the voltage regulator circuit as well. Regulated power supply. This is the block diagram of the regulated power supply. The first AC input voltage is given to the transformer. This is the AC voltage. Then after the transformer there is a rectifier. Rectifier convert this AC voltage into the DC quantity. Then DC voltage is given to the filter, and then filter output is given to the input of the voltage regulator, and then output of the voltage regulator is given to the load. The AC main voltage is applied to a step down transformer. It reduces the amplitude of a AC voltage and applies to it rectifier. The rectifier is usually bridge type full wave rectifier. It converts AC voltage into the pulsating DC voltage. The ripple in a pulsating DC is reduced by the filter which is connected after the rectifier. The combination of transformer, rectifier and filter is called as an unregulated power supply. The combination of these three, transformer, rectifier and filter, is called as a unregulated power supply. The output of the unregulated power supply is connected at the input of this voltage regulator circuit. Even though the output voltage V0 of a regulated power supply remain almost constant, practically it does not remain exactly constant. It changes slightly due to the change in certain parameters such as a load current, input voltage and temperature. Thus, we get a constant DC voltage at the output of the regulated DC power supply. Means voltage regulator is a large block of regulated power supply. Now, next is parameter of a power supply. The performance parameters means characteristics of power supply will tell us about how good or bad the performance of a given power supply is. On the basis of this parameter, we can compare the performance of different power supplies and select the best one from them. Some of the important parameters are load regulation, line regulation, output resistance and ripple rejection. We will discuss them one by one. First one is a load regulation. The load regulation is defined as the change in output voltage of the regulator when the load current is changed from zero, means zero load current means no load, and to its maximum at the full load value with the constant input voltage. So load regulation is defined as V no load minus V full load. It is a difference of these two voltage, no load voltage minus full load voltage. Okay. VNL is equal to output voltage at no load, means at that time zero load current, and VFL means output voltage on full load, means maximum load current. The percentage load regulation is defined as VNL minus VFL upon VFL, means difference of no load voltage minus full load voltage upon full load voltage into 100. The percentage load regulation of power supply should ideally be equal to 0, and practically it should be as small as possible. Next is output resistance. The output resistance of power supply is defined as the ratio of change in a output voltage to the change in a load current. If the input voltage VIN and temperature are held constant, therefore R0 is equal to delta V0 divided by delta IL at constant input voltage and constant temperature. This resistance is not a real resistance. It is an imaginary resistance introduced in order to present the effect of change in load current and on the load voltage V0. Ideally, R0 should be equal to the 0. The output resistance R0 is placed in a series with the power supply output terminal. Therefore, it carries the load current IL. Ideally, R0 is equal to 0, and practically it should be as small as possible. Third one is a line regulation or a source regulation. The source regulation or line regulation of a voltage regulator is defined as the change in a regulated load voltage due to the change in a line voltage in a specified range of 230 watt plus or minus 10% at the constant load current. The source regulation can be mathematically expressed as SR is equal to VLH minus VLL. Where VLH is a load voltage with the high line voltage and VLL is equal to load voltage with low line voltage, and practically percentage it can be written as VLH minus VLL divided by V nominal. The nominal V nominal is the nominal load voltage under the typical operating condition. Ideally, the line regulation should be 0, and practically it should be small as possible. Now, last is a ripple rejection. We know that the output of the rectifier filter, which act as the input to the regulator combinations, contains a ripple. The regulator circuit should be capable of reducing this ripple. The ripple rejection is the ability of regulator circuit to reject the reduce a ripple present in its input. The ripple rejection is defined as ripple rejection is a ratio of ripple content in the output to the ripple content in the input. So V ripple output upon V ripple input. Normally it is expressed in a decimal terms, is equal to 20 log 10 voltage ratio. So ripple rejection is written as ripple rejection in dB, 20 log 10 ratio of V ripple output upon V ripple input. Ideally, ripple rejection should be 0 decibel, and practically it should be as small as possible for the better performance of the power supply. Now, next is a IC voltage regulator. The IC regulator means integrated circuit voltage regulator. There are basically a series regulator with all the basic building blocks present inside the integrated circuit or a chip. It is therefore easier to use IC voltage regulator than using in a discrete circuit voltage regulators. IC voltage regulator means integrated circuit voltage regulator. IC voltage regulator are 3-terminal device. They provide a constant DC output voltage that is independent of input voltage, output load current and the temperature. Important features of the IC regulators: programmable outputs, facility to boost voltage and current, internally provide short circuit current limiting, inbuilt thermal shutdown, floating operation to facilitate higher voltage output, and versatility and the low cost. IC voltage regulator. Classification of the IC voltage regulator mainly divided into two types: linear regulators and a switching regulators. Linear regulators further divided into two types: fixed voltage regulator, positive or negative, and adjustable output regulator, positive or negative. Linear regulators means in linear regulator a series pass transistor is used inside the IC. The impedance of this transistor is continuously changed to supply the desired load current. The series pass transistor always operates in its active region. The linear IC regulator are either fixed voltage regulator ICs like 7-8XS series or 7-9XS series, or they are variable voltage ICs such as LM317 or LM3311. Switching regulators are basically a series type regulator with the series transistor operating as a switch. It biased to operate either in cutoff or in the saturation region. Due to this, the power dissipation of the transistor is reduced and the efficiency of the regulator is increased. Now, 3-terminal IC regulators. The discrete component regulator circuits such as the Zener voltage regulation are not much used in a practice. Nowadays, the voltage regulator circuit are available in an integrated circuit form, and the IC regulator are widely used. The classification of 3-terminal IC voltage regulators. The 3-terminal IC voltage regulator are classified into following category. The first one is the fixed voltage regulator, positive and or negative output, and the second one is an adjustable output voltage regulator, positive and or negative output. The fixed voltage regulator and the adjustable voltage regulator ICs we are going to discuss are 3-pin ICs. Therefore, they are called as a 3-pin voltage regulators IC. The advantage of IC regulators. The power supply design became easy and quick. The IC regulator are cheap and are easily available. IC regulator are small, hence they reduce the size of the power supply. They are easy to use. IC regulator are versatile. They have features such as a programmable output facility to boost the output voltage or current, internal protection such as a thermal shutdown, floating operation to facilitate the output voltage, etc. This is a block diagram of 3-pin IC voltage regulator. A simplified block diagram of the 3-pin IC voltage regulator is as shown in this figure. The 3-terminal voltage are brought to making a connection to the external component are marked as VIN is a input voltage, common, and V0 output voltage. We are supposed to apply the unregulated DC supply to the terminal marked VIN. This is a VIN unregulated DC voltage and Vout is a regulated DC output voltage. Supply ground to the common and the regulated output is available at the terminal marked V0 output, and this is the common. This is a common. The block diagram of a figure is basically a series voltage regulator. The resistance R2 and R1 form a sampling network to produce a feedback signal proportional to the output voltage. This resistance R1 and R2 make a sampling network to produce a feedback signal proportional to the output voltage. We reference this V reference is the internally generated voltage reference. This reference voltage is compared with the feedback signal by a comparator to produce a control signal. This V reference is an internally generated reference signal. This signal is compared with a feedback signal. This is a feedback signal by a comparator to produce this control signal. This control signal is routed through the terminal shutdown and current limiting block to series pass transistor. This control signal is given to the thermal shutdown and current limiting block. The series pass transistor is operating as a control element. The voltage across the control element is varied by control signal to get a constant output voltage. The thermal shutdown and the current limiting block provide a protection against the increased internal temperature or the overcurrent. If the internal temperature exceeds the predetermined value, then thermal shutdown block will not allow the control signal to pass through the series pass transistor. Means if there is a predetermined value of the temperature is decided in this block. So if the internal temperature exceeds the predetermined value, then the thermal shutdown block will not allow the control signal to pass through the series pass transistor. This will turn off the chip automatically. The current limiting circuit protects a regulator against the overcurrent. This is a functional block diagram of the 3-pin voltage regulator. R1 and R2 make a sampling circuit and they generate a feedback signal. Comparator compare the feedback signal and the internal generated reference signal and they generate control signal. Then control signal is given to the thermal shutdown and current limiting block, and then it is given to the series pass transistor, and their feedback is output signal is generated. Okay, now three-terminal fixed voltage regulators. In the three-terminal fixed voltage regulator category, we have positive voltage regulator and negative output voltage regulator. The microampere 7/8 series is a series of a fixed positive voltage regulator, and microampere 7/9 is a series of fixed negative voltage regulators. The first one is a 7/8 series fixed positive voltage. The 7/8 series are a 3 terminals positive fixed voltage regulator. Here XX indicate the output voltage. These regulators are available in 7 different output voltage options such as 5, 6, 8, 12, 15, 18 and 24. Thus, if we select the IC regulator number 7812, it provides us 12 volt regulated output voltage. So IC number, for example, IC number is 7805, means output voltage is a 5 volt and the input voltage is range between 7 to 25. Then 780506 means output voltage is 6 volt and input voltage range is a 8 to 25. Same for all. 7818 means output voltage is 18 watt. 7824 means output voltage is 24. The feature of this regulator is internal thermal overload protections. Second one is internal short circuit current limiting. Third one is output current up to 1.5 ampere and satisfies IEC 65 specification. Internal electronical commission specifications are satisfied, and the 5 is package is TO 220 AB. Next is 78XX series fixed negative voltage regulator. A 79XX series is also available in a 3-pin fixed voltage category. This series or regulator IC has been designed to provide a fixed negative output voltage. These IC can be provided -5, -6, -8, -12, -15, -18 and -24 volt output voltage like 7/8 series. Thus, in addition to that series, provide -2 volt and -5.2 volt output voltage option. The table lists different negative regulator ICs in a 7/9 series. First one is 7905, means the output voltage is -5. Same as 7/8 series. Features are internal thermal overload protection, internal short circuit current limiting, output current up to the 1.5 ampere, satisfy the International Electronical Commission specification. Next is standard connection for the positive fixed voltage regulator 7/8. The fixed voltage regulator IC have 3 terminals: input, ground and output. As you can see in this figure, the construction of this IC in the plastic package is shown in this figure. The pin 1 for the input, 2 for the ground and 3rd for the output. Heat sink surface connected to the pin number 2. The standard connection for the 3-pin fixed positive regulator IC is shown in the figure. An unregulated DC voltage is applied at the input terminal of the IC. The maximum input voltage is a 40 watt for positive 24 volt output, while it is a 35 watt for all other output options. This is the standard connection for the 3-pin fixed positive regulator IC. An unregulated DC voltage is applied at the input terminal of the IC. Here, unregulated supply is connected at the input side. The capacitor C1. This capacitor C1 is connected between the input terminal and the ground, cancel out the inductive effect due to the long disruption lead. The output capacitor, this C output, is used for improving the transient response of the regulator IC. For example, the response of the regulator to the sudden change in the load. This capacitor is also helpful in reducing the noise present at the output. The difference between the unregulated input voltage VIN and the output voltage V0 is called as a drop out voltage. The drop out voltage needs to be at least a 2 volt under all the operating condition for the proper operation of the regulator. Drop out voltage is nothing but a difference between the VIN and Vout. Hence, the minimum input voltage will be the given by V input minimum is equal to V out plus drop out voltage. Now, next is negative fixed voltage regulator 7/9 series. The 7/9 series is a fixed output negative voltage regulator, are complements to the 7/8 series device. The figure shows the plastic package and the pin numbering for the 7/9 series. Note that the pin number 1 now act as a ground, pin number 2 act as an input and pin 3 act as a output. But in 7/8 1 is a input, 2 is a ground and 3 is a output. Means 1 and 2 number are interchanged for the 7/9 series compared to 7/8 series. Okay. The typical connections for the 7/9 series are shown in the figure. Note that order of the terminal 7/9 is not same as that for 7/8 series. The role for CI and C0, meaning input capacitor and output capacitor, is same at the discussed for the 7/8 regulator. The operation of the 7/9 voltage regulator is exactly same as that of 7/8 voltage regulator. Now, Next is the advantage of adjustable voltage regulator. The adjustable output voltage over a wide range from 1.2 watt to 57 watt, better voltage and line regulation, better overload protection, and high reliability under the 100% thermal overloading. Now, next is adjustable positive voltage regulator LM317. If the manufacturer use a fixed voltage regulator of 78 axis or 79 axis series, then he will always have to keep a stock of all the IC having a different input voltages. Example 7805, 7905, 7812, 7912, 7815, 7915, etc. This will increase the inventory and therefore the associated cost are also increases. The production line may even stop due to the shortage of the regulator IC of particular voltage. The solution to all this question in an adjustable output voltage regulator is the adjustable voltage regulator are advantages over the fixed voltage regulator. Adjustable voltage IC have adjustable output voltage like 1.2 watt to 57 volt, better load and line regulation, better overload protection, and high reliability under the 100% thermal overloading. The LM317 series is the most commonly used general purpose adjustable voltage regulator. The LM317 series provides a 3-terminal adjustable positive voltage regulators. The different category of the regulator of this series are available to produce different output voltage range as shown in this table, and the pin configuration of the IC are discussed in next slide. The LM317 has a output voltage range from 1.2 to 37 and output current is 1.5 and the voltage input maximum is a 40 watt. The different LM317 devices have their constant output voltage 1.2 to 37. Then output current is changing from 1.5 to 0.5 and voltage input maximum is between the 40 and 60. The feature of LM317 is output current in excess of 1.5 ampere, output adjustable between 1.2 watt to 37 volt, internal thermal overload protection, internal short circuit current limiting, and output transistor state operating area compensation. The typical connection diagram of LM317. The figure shows a typical connection diagram of LM317 regulator. LM317 needs only two external resistance R1 and R2 as shown for setting the output voltage to the desired value. This is the connection for the LM317. Here a V in, V output, and this is a when configured as shown in the figure, the LM317 produces a voltage of 1.2 watt between its output and adjustable terminal. This voltage is called as a reference voltage, and this voltage appears across the R1 as shown in the figure. This is a adjustable point, and the voltage between V output and this terminal is called as a V reference voltage, and this is a voltage across the resistance R1. The V reference is a constant voltage, hence the current I1 which flows through the R1 is also constant. So voltage across this resistance is constant, therefore the current from this resistance is a I1. This is also constant. As this resistor sets a current I1, this is called as a current set or a program resistor. Now we have to derive expression for the output voltage V0. The resistance R2 is called as a output set. I1 is called as a current set, and the resistance R2, this resistance R2 is called as an output set. The current through this resistor is equal to the sum of I1 and I adjustable. The IR2, apply the KCL at that point, means current entering into the node is equal to current flowing through the node. So the current entering into node is I adjustable plus I1 is equal to IR2. LM317 is a design in a such a way that I adjustable means current in this point is very small and the constant independent of the change in the line voltage and load current. Therefore, we can neglect it. So, from equation IR2 is equal to I1 plus I adjustable, but I adjustable is neglected. So, IR2 is directly proportional to the or directly equal to the I1. Approximately equal to the I1. Looking at this figure, we can write the expression for the output voltage V0 is equal to I1 R1 plus IR2 R2. Output voltage is nothing but the voltage between these 2 points, and the voltage between these 2 points is equal to the summation of the voltage drop in this branch, total branch, this branch. So I1 R1 plus IR2 R2, but IR2 is nothing but it is a I1, so value of IR2 replaced by I1. So equation become V0 is equal to I1 R1 plus I1 R2, but I1 R1 is a V reference and I1 is equal to V reference by R1. So V0 is equal to V reference plus V reference upon R1 into R2. Taking common V reference, so equation became 1 plus V0 is equal to V reference in bracket 1 plus R2 by R1, where V reference is a 1.25 volt, which is a constant voltage between the output and adjustment terminal. Thus the final approximate expression for the output voltage is a V0 is equal to 1.251 plus R2 by R1. Here V reference voltage is taken as a 1.25 volt. This equation indicate that we can vary the output voltage by varying the resistance R2. The value of resistance R1 is normally kept constant at the 240 ohm for all the practical applications. Features of the LM317 is output current is in excess of 1.5 ampere, output adjustable between 1.2 watt and 37 watt, internal thermal overload protection, internal short circuit current limiting. Now comparison of 7/8-axis and LM317 regulators. The 7/8-axis is a fixed positive voltage regulator series, but LM317 is an adjustable positive voltage regulator series. The voltage available in 7/8-axis series are 5, 6, 8, 12, 15, 18 and 24. In LM317, output voltage can be adjustable between 2 to 37 watt. The maximum output for 7/8-axis regulator is 1 ampere, but LM317 has a maximum output current is a 1.5 ampere. The application of LM317 in adjustable output voltage DC power supply to get in adjustable output voltage between 2 to 37 watt. LM317 along with the LM337 can be used to produce an adjustable output dual polarity plus or minus regulated DC power supply. These are the questions that we covered in this video. Thank you.